we'll start Public Works Committee. We have 5 resolutions to consider this evening, the first of which is 2024-134, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a construction contract to North Star Asphalt, Inc. for the Canton Road Improvement Project in an amount not to exceed $669,647.20 for the engineer and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Heidi Swindell, Summit County Engineers Office. We have federal AMATS resurfacing dollars for this project. It's about 0.7 miles long from Pontius to Tyson Road. It's going to be a full resurfacing, drainage, curbs, and all of that. And we sent out 6 bid packages. We received 4, and North Star Asphalt out of North Canton was the lowest bidder. Happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Heidi. Questions from members of the committee, members of council, the public? Aaron, you want to move on that one? Oh, Mr. Wilhite moves on 2024-134. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 2024-135, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a purchase contract with Ports Petroleum Company, Inc. for unleaded and diesel fuel for the general fleet operations at CUE pricing for a 10-month term from 3/25/24 to 12/31/24, an amount not to exceed $300,000 for the engineer and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. This is just our annual purchase of fuel. It's about 1 cent over OPEC pricing whenever it gets delivered to us and we fill up our tanks. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions, members of the committee, members of council, the public? Gloria Rogers moved on 2024-135. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 2024-137, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a renewal, first of 2, of a professional service contract with Davie Resource Group, Inc. for the evaluation and vegetation cleaning and detention and retention ponds located within the township subdivisions located in council districts 1, 4, and 5 for an amount not to exceed $95,000 for the engineer and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. This is everybody living in an assessed subdivision in township pays into a fund to take care of their stormwater facilities within that subdivision. We collect them. We have 2 districts, a District 1 and District 2 for north and south. And this is our annual contract. We have them go out and inspect and make recommendations and do some of the cleaning of the retention basins and detention basins out there. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions from members of the committee, members of council, the public? Aaron Dickinson, you want to move on this one? All right, Aaron Dickinson moves on 2024-137. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 2024-138, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a renewal, first of 2, of a professional service contract with Emerald Environmental, Inc. for the evaluation and vegetation cleaning and detention and retention ponds located within assessed township subdivisions located in council districts 5 and 8 for a 1-year term for an amount not to exceed $95,000 for the engineer and declaring an emergency.
Exact same thing, but for Southern Summit County.
Questions for members of the committee, members of council, the public? Mr. Wilhite, you want to move on that? Mr. Wilhite moved on 2024-138. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Heidi. 2024-139, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a professional service contract with Burgess and Neipel, Inc. for professional engineering design services for Project Q208 Peninsula Wastewater Treatment and Sanitary Sewer System located in the Village of Peninsula in Council District 1, an amount not to exceed $1,409,800, funded by available American Rescue Plan Act funds for the Executive Department of Sanitary Sewer Services and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Chair. Michael Vinay, Executive Shapiro's Department of Sanitary Sewer Services. There have been several pieces of legislation that have come before this body regarding this project. We are now at a phase where we're ready to design the project. Summit County Department of Sanitary Sewer Services issued an RFP for the design of this project. We had 3 firms respond to that. We both scored their proposals and interviewed all of the firms, with Burgess and Neipel scoring the highest. Expected design term is expected to be 200 days. Happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from Aaron?
And so I'm wondering what the status is of the water part of it.
So we are still in negotiations with certain entities regarding water. This contract does not include any water design. If we are able to come to any sort of agreement with the water, you will most likely either see a change order to this contract or a new RFP issued for the water design.
Okay, so still out there is a possibility.
Still out there as a possibility, but we really want to get moving on this sanitary sewer project.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Questions from members of the committee, members of council, the public? Gloria, you want to move on now? And Gloria moved on 2024-139. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Any
Can I
other
ask Mike
business?
one question?
Mike.
I thought I saw on the Beacon recently about the judges and the U.S. EPA's decision on the Akron water or sewer project that we were going to partner with. Can you give us a status update on that?
Yeah, so as most of you know, the city of Akron did submit a Fourth Amendment to their long-term control plan through the U.S. EPA consent order. As of now, that was denied by Judge Adams. They are appealing that decision to a higher court. We continue to support Akron's stance on this, obviously, as we believe the projects that were submitted as substitution projects are more environmentally, sustainable than the projects proposed by the enhanced high-rate treatment system. Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments from members of the committee, members of council, the public? All right. Thanks, Mike. Is there any other business to come before the Public Works Committee? Then we are adjourned.
Planning and Economic Development will open at 4:37. We have one piece tonight, 2024-140, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a purchase contract with Montrose Ford, Inc. at state term pricing for 3 2023 Ford Expeditions in a total amount not to exceed $150,904.50 for the Executive's Department of Community and Economic Development.
Hi, Carrie Newman, Department of Development. These three vehicles will be purchased using HWAP bipartisan infrastructure funding to replace 3 vehicles that were purchased more than 14 years ago. Those vehicles will then become pool vehicles for our department. Do you have any questions?
Anybody have questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll move.
A motion from Ms. Hyam on 2024-140. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Planning and Economic Development will close at 4:38. Public Safety will come to order at 4:38. First item, 2024-141, a resolution authorizing the executive to execute any documents necessary to accept the award from the Ohio Department of Public Safety's Office of Criminal Justice Services of an Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant for the period 1/1/24 through 12/31/24 in the amount of $95,773.02 with a 25% local cash match requirement of $31,924.34 for a total amount of $127,697.36 for the sheriff and declaring an emergency.
Good evening, Bill Holland from the Sheriff's Office. This is the annual JAG grant that our Summit County Drug Unit utilizes for salaries. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions? Okay. Do I have a motion? Motion from Mr. Ford. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. 2024-142, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a purchase contract with I2C Technologies Ltd. at state term pricing for the maintenance of security cameras and related equipment at the jail for a 3-year term for the period of 6/1/24 to 6/1/27 in an amount not to exceed $81,764.50 for the Sheriff and Office of Information Technology and declaring an emergency.
Hello, Bill Holland again for the Sheriff's Office. This is the maintenance agreement for all of the cameras that we have at the Summit County Jail, both intake, the housing areas, all throughout the facility that kind of serve as the body-worn cameras in the facility. In case there's any incident, we can review the cameras that way.
Any questions?
I'll move.
Motion by Ms. Walters. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks, Bill. And I'll call public safety to a close at 3:40. Ms. Rules. Oh. And I will open rules at 3:40. We have one item, 2024-143, or 440. An ordinance amending Chapter 198 of the Codified Ordinances of the County of Summit entitled Procurement Card to make certain updates and revisions to spending and transaction limits for procurement cards for the Executive's Departments of Law and Risk Management and Finance and Budget and declaring an emergency.
Good evening, Council. Sarah Butchie-Gross, Department of Finance and Budget. We are updating this section so that we can align with our new procurement card program. I think Phil talked to you about it before, that we're going from about 0.5% rebate to 1.5%. So we really want to encourage everyone to use their P card to pay for whatever it is that they're already paying for. It's just a different method of payment. So the first section is for the folks that have plastic cards. The second section is for the virtual card updates. And then the third section is just changing our language so that it points directly back to our purchasing language instead of having to come back and update this whenever we change 177. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions? Mr. DeVitas?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm opposed, but what form of payment are they using now?
So this would be instead of a check. So we would also save on the postage cost and the email and the processing of a check. Or if people are getting paid via ACH, this is just a third option for them.
Okay, all right, good.
Any other questions? Okay, do I have a motion? Motion by Councilmember Schmidt. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and I will call rules to a close at 4:41.
Along with Health and Human Services, at 441, we have one item, 2024-134, the resolution confirming the award of board control of attendance to allow third renewals of agreements between certain providers in the Executive Department of Job and Family Services and the Summit County Summit and Medina Workforce Area Council of Governments to provide in-school and out-of-school youth employment and educational services under the Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program for the period of 7/1/24 to 6/30/25 in an amount not to exceed $2,576,868.56 for the Executive Department of Job and Family Services and declaring an emergency. Heather.
Hello, Heather Yannion, Department of Job and Family Services. This is our final renewal on our CCMEP contract providers, all three of them. It was procured by the COG, but because they have TANF funds attached, we had to co-procurement. Let's see. This is for the it's CCMEP, but it's known as our BOSS program that provides employment and case management services to youth 14 to 24. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I'll move on this, Mr. Wilhite.
Okay, we have a motion from Ms. Walters on 2024-134. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's held.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll close Human Services at 4:44 and open up Finance at 4:44. We have one item that's to be amended. If we can get a motion to accept the
So moved.
motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm not on the committee.
Have it.
I'm not even on the
Motion
committee.
is the amended version of 2024-147, an amended resolution declaring it necessary to submit to the elected county summit portion of the renewal of the existing tax levy of 3.25 mils for the programs and services of the Summit County Children's Services Board, and the fiscal officer to certify to the taxing authority the total current tax valuation of the county and the dollar amount of revenue that would be generated by the renewal levy for the Summit County Children's Services Board, declaring an emergency. Here.
Thank you. Darren Kearns, Summit County Children's Services. I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to speak with you regarding the importance of our levy to the successful completion of our mission, which is the safety, permanency, and well-being of all children served in partnership with families and the community. For calendar year 2023, our 3.25 mil levy generated $40,187,800 of the $66,427,592 in total revenue. This equates to 60.5% of our total revenue. By contrast, federal and state funding generated $24,589,198, or 37% of our total revenue. To give some perspective to the importance of our levy, for 2023, total costs were $62,134,537. We operated the entire year in a workforce crisis, trying to fill 25 to 30 vacancies. Even in crisis, payroll and benefits totaled $32,531,266, which eclipsed our federal and state funding by nearly $8 million. Placement costs for the care and keeping of children totaled $23,866,798, and operational costs were just short of $6 million. While our levy dollars are not used to support any specific program, as evidenced above, absent our levy, Summit County Children's Services would cease to exist as a standalone premier children's services agency. Considering these facts, SCCS is requesting the renewal of our 3.25 mil levy and asking County Council to pass this resolution to request the fiscal officer to certify the total current tax valuation and the dollar amount that would be generated therefrom. Thank you.
Any questions from the
Mr. Willer, I have a question. Not for urgency today, but if you could follow up, maybe give it to Mark and he can share it with all of us. I know when we put the levy on the increase, which was 4 years ago, 4 years ago?
6 years ago.
6 years ago, geez. Time flies. The part of the objectives that you guys laid out for raising the levy was increasing your home placements, increasing your staff size. So just if you could kind of report back to us how you've met the goals you laid out for your last levy, that would be super helpful because I think all of us want to be cheerleaders for this in the community. So
Yes. Staff size obviously has been
yes,
a significant
I'm sure,
struggle.
as you've noted, and as I
Yes.
think we've all seen. So
But I can get you some statistics on placement,
great, thank you.
certainly.
Any other questions from members of the committee? Members of council? Hearing none, a motion.
So moved.
Walton moves to support resolution on 2024-147. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Authorized finance at 447.
I'm going to open Committee of the Whole at 447. 2024-145, a resolution opposing, what did I say? What did I say? 447, I'm sorry. 2024-145, a resolution opposing Dominion Energy's Ohio proposed 30% rate increase and requesting that the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio deny Dominion Energy Ohio's request for the increase for the council and declaring an emergency. I brought this to committee as a whole. I learned about it actually through the paper, and also because Akron just did the same thing. They just had adopted a similar piece of legislation, so I wanted to bring this to all of us, all of our attention, and see if you guys would like to do it as committee as a whole. It's up to you. Councilman Schmidt, do you have anything you'd like to say on this?
No, ma'am, but I'll move to approve.
I'd like to go on as a co-sponsor, please.
Same here, council as a whole.
Okay. All right.
Madam President, one of the biggest issues I have with this is nobody from Dominion's ever come before us, has shared with the community what the increase is for, so I have no problem saying no to this one.
Okay. I have a motion from Councilman Schmidt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.